Good afternoon. The Old Fisherman back with you. We catching some small baby catfish. We got about 25 in there, about 8 inches long, and we're gonna try to catch a couple more. I love them little baby fry hole size catfish, and that's what I'm targeting. They're not the big ones. We caught a few big ones earlier. They were so slow I couldn't hardly make a video. But right now, we're sitting on a little isle, a little point right here, a shallow point. And what we're doing is we putting a little earthworms on. I got these Georgia wigglers I dig out the yard, and I'm gonna show you how you can target these little baby catfish that eat so good whole. And that's what we're doing. We fishing for little baby catfish, fry hole size, today on Lake Monticello. And we done caught a box full of fish, but not enough to make a video with, to be honest with you. We made a couple videos. I don't know if I'm gonna publish them. It's just tough fishing today. But hey, we back out here. On the way home, I decided I was gonna stop on this little point and show you how you could catch baby catfish with a carp and worms on a shallow 5-6 foot deep area on a point. And all I'm doing is got a carp 5-6 foot deep, and I'm throwing it out with some worms on it. These little catfish will come in here in the evening when it gets hot and start feeding on these little points and stuff, shallow, because the mussels out there, got one going right there. I missed it. But the mussels out here starting to float, and they'll come in here and feed. And it's fun fishing. They're not big, but they're good eating size. Now, you miss a lot of them too, because the doggone suckers is too little to take the thing. But hey, it's fun fishing. Anybody can do it. You're targeting baby catfish in the middle of the day on points, shallow points, and I'm getting bites, but I ain't catching them. They're little. They're just little fish. Every time I throw a carp out there, it goes under. It's anywhere out there on that shallow point. You gotta let them take it a little bit before you set the hook. Now that one there, a lot of times if you let them take it too long, then they'll come back up, eat your worm off, and they're gone. And that's what just happened. That carp was gone by the time I got the other one in its place. There it goes back again. We got him this time. But a little baby catfish is what we target. I'm trying to catch them a couple dozen of them. But I love them little 7-8 inch long catfish fried. You can't beat them. I'm telling you, when it comes to eating, you can't beat them. That size right there. They don't look big, but let me tell you something. That is some more good eating, people. That is some more good eating right there. Baby catfish, you got to love it. Catching them with worms, the lazy man's method on Lake Monticello, and he has got it in his mouth big time. But them perfect eating size, my wife loves it. I love fried whole. Man, that's some good eating. That's some good eating, people. On Lake Monticello, catching little catfish, targeting little catfish. That's what we're fishing for. Sometimes you can come in and catch big ones, but most of the time, in the middle of the day like this, when you're getting ready to go home, if you want to mess a little tiny catfish, it's the prime place to catch them. Little shallow points, all it is, and just throw it out and watch it caught. It's that simple. Anybody can do it. It's fun fishing. The only problem is they're sticky. And you got to be careful when you're getting them off the hook. They will stick you. They will eat you up. But they are fun to catch. And they fast too. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. They all over this point. They feed on here every year. Just a low shallow water point, underwater point. And it's fun to catch. See, I got 2 at a time. Well, I had 2 at a time. But they're fun to catch. Kind of like the little river cats we used to catch when I was a kid. And I do love the taste of these little channel catfish. I'm telling you, I got one just pulling my other rod. I can't get this one off, and he's just pulling my other rod. I got one on the other rod. And you can see, it's pretty active, it's pretty fun. And you gotta love it, that's all I can say. If you want some action, and you got some kids with you, you just come out here on a shallow water point. Any shallow water point, about 5 foot, put you a doggone cork on, a small hook, and throw it out there, and you will catch the perfect size eating little catfish. Don't get no better size than that right there for eating. I mean, don't get no better size. And on worms now, nothing fancy, just regular old worms. I dug them in the yard this morning before I come to do this. I planned to do this when I left this morning. I didn't know if I was going to catch a lot of perch, and I didn't. I caught a mess. Couldn't ever get on the perch. So on the way in a while ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to try them worms on this shallow water point. I hadn't fished here this year. I used to catch a lot of fish. A lot of times you can get some nicer ones here, but right now it seems like small ones here. But it's the kind I'm looking for, them little ones. That's the kind I want. Some more good eating. Fry whole. My goodness. You can't beat that eating. I don't care where you go. On the bone, shoot. Little tiny catfish on the bone, and there goes one already, but that's gone. And the hotter it gets, the better this is in the middle of the day. The better it is. It really is not good until about noon. About noon, you can come in the water. If the water's falling, you can come up here and tear them up. And that's what we're doing. We're catching these little baby catfish, targeting them, because I like to eat them. Deborah likes to eat them. I don't like cleaning them, but hey, they're fun to catch and they're fun to eat. So that's what we're doing. And you got to love it. The Old Fisherman showing you another way, another method of fishing. If you're out here with your kids, you ain't got to go out there and fight the perch. You can come right in here with a cart and catch these baby catfish in the middle of the day. You can stand the heat, and you want to fish at about 5 foot of water on a shallow little point. Just throw it out anywhere, and watch that cart go down. Sometimes they go down, you can't keep 2 out, and that's the way it is right now. I mean, I'd caught a good minute before I turned the camera on. But I want y'all to see how easy it was to catch these little catfish out here in the middle of the day. There goes a nut. There goes a nut. It'll work you to death, but they're little and they're good eating size, and you might catch a shell cracker too. Sometimes you catch a nice shell cracker. Sometimes the catfish are real little, like this one. These real little. But let me tell you, if you can clean him, that is some more good eating. But I'm gonna throw that in back. That is a little one. But that's good eating if you can clean him. But just as fast as you can throw it down, one's gone. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Small catfish on Lake Monticello. You gotta love it. They little. I know y'all laughing at me catching these baby catfish, but I'm telling you right now, if I had them fried up on the plate, you wouldn't be laughing. I promise you. That is some good eating right there. Baby catfish in Lake Monticello, targeting baby catfish. Targeting. That's what we're fishing for. Hey, if a big one wants a bite, we'll catch him. But I kind of know that I'm going to catch a little catfish. And I'm going to catch me a dozen or so or more of these things, because they are good. And I'm going to fry me a mess up for supper. And me and Miss Deborah's going to gnaw down on some baby catfish tonight in the Carolina kitchen. I promise you. Carolina kitchen is going to be cooking catfish tonight. Baby catfish, the best they are. Baby catfish. People, we had us a good trip, but I'm glad I'm home. And I said it on several videos today. I don't know if I'm publishing, but I'm glad I'm home. I love going out and spending time with my wife. I love her to death. But that beach gets old after about 6-7 days on that sand. To me, it does. If I was somewhere I could wet a hook and fish while I was there, it'd be all right already. And I've done it in the past. But I hate to do that when I fish all the time. I want her to get her share of whatever she likes, and laying by that beach and watching the waves and the tide come in is what Miss Deborah likes. And so I go down there with her and we listen to the radio, and I'll doze off in the chair. It's boring for an old fisherman though. I like to have action going on. But anyhow, hey, we had some good cooking. Cooked some steaks several nights, and rode the golf cart. The dogs had a good large time riding the golf cart. Them dogs love that golf cart. They gonna miss that golf cart. I don't ride it around the house like I do around that ocean. But that campground, we drive the golf cart for miles upon miles upon miles, hours upon hours. Play some putt-putt. We done the average camping thing. And just had us a good old time. And enjoyed every bit of it, but I had enough of it. And we come home a couple of days. Deborah had enough of it too. Come home a couple of days early. And And that's why I'm out here on Friday. And I'm out here basically to catch some little tiny catfish for dinner, is what I'm here right now for. Earlier I tried to catch some perch and they didn't want to cooperate. I mean, I caught some. I caught a mess. I got a cooler half full, more than I want to clean. But I wanted to show y'all on the way in how you could catch catfish on Lake Monticello on a shallow flat, is what it is. Yeah, I say a point, but it's a shallow little flat comes in here. Targeting, and sometimes I've caught coolers full of big ones. I say big ones, the size bigger than what I'm catching now here. But today it seems like they're all little, which is all right with me, because that's the perfect eating size. Be honest with you, that's the perfect eating size. Can't beat them little 8-inch catfish. And they'll get around this point now. You just move around this flat till you get on them. Once you get on them, they can bite pretty quick. I mean, hey, they bite pretty quick. You got to love it. It's an easy way of fishing, and they will bite if you get the right spot pretty quick. Now I've got more up here on top of the hump. I'm thinking the fish is probably over to the side of the hump a little bit, probably a little bit deeper water. Right here it ain't but about 3 foot deep. And I have been known to catch a big old shell cracker like this too. I hadn't tried it this year out here. I used to fish here quite a bit, but since I've been making videos, I hadn't done any of this type of fishing on the flat. Just up there where I caught them bigger catfish. Most likely you ain't gonna catch nothing over 2 pounds right in here. It's something about the little catfish like this area. And but anyhow, I got to get out a little bit. I'm too shallow now. I'm right on top of the hump. Probably scaring them off. If you want to know the truth, probably done scared them off. I can see the bottom here. See, I was sitting out here when I caught them a while ago. So I'm gonna move out a little bit. I got to go home in a minute. I got to clean catfish. And but we got home yesterday, got everything unpacked, cleaned up, and I decided to come fishing this morning. That's what we're doing. And it's after lunch. I done my little thing. I caught, I don't know, a dozen or so big, nice catfish over yonder. Got a video, but I don't know if I'll post it. Wasn't much catching. Then I went to the perch, got another video, a couple of videos, but it just, I could never get on them. I'd catch 2 or 3 and that was it. And then I had to hunt some more, catch 2 or 3 and that was it. So it's been tough. The perch fishing's been tough. The bigger catfish has been tough. And I'm stopping in here at the last minute and trying to catch a mess of little tiny catfish to eat tonight for dinner is what I want. I had filleted fish down at the beach and I want some whole fish now. And that's what we're doing out here. And hey, it's some out there. It's just a matter of getting out there at the right place and catching big old one right there. Cart's gone. I don't know if I can get set the hook. He's gone. Yeah, I got him. Little fish, they little. That's really little. Almost too little to eat. But hey, the smaller the better if you can clean them. That's the problem, getting them clean. Them little ones like that are really good. And they will fin you, buddy. Let me tell you, they will fin you. But them small ones like that, I know it's fun. It looks funny me throwing that little bitty fish back there, but them jokers is good eating. And I know that. We used to, back when I was a kid, they had a place called Jack's Diner. And he used to sell them little catfish like that, fried. And you talking about some good eating. And I mean, that's all he would fry was a baby catfish. And that was some good eating. And I love them today the same way. Fried baby catfish. And that's what we targeted right here, baby catfish. They out here, all we got to do is throw it out there and work this around this little flat, and we will catch a mess of baby catfish. It's like going to the market. You know it's going to happen. In the middle of the day when they pull in water, and they are pulling water today, I'm really surprised I hadn't caught any bigger ones. I don't know why, because I have caught some nice ones out in here. But hey, we catching the small ones, and it's kind of fun, and we're getting a good meal on top of it. The only bad part about it is having to clean them. It's the only bad part about it. But let me tell you, that size right there is some more good eating people. And I'm just basically trying to make a video to show you that you can catch a mess of fish without doing anything fancy. Worms, a cart, a pole, and a shallow flat on Lake Monticello when the water, in the middle of the day when it's warm and the water's falling, is all you need to do to catch some fish, to catch you a mess of fish. In this time of the year, when it gets 90 degrees, the hotter the better. And when that plant gets to working, the better it is then too, because guess what? There'll be more water moving. Because that plant's working, that water moves every day. So, hey, you gotta love it. That's all I can say is you gotta love it. Throw it out, watch your cart. All you got to do. Throw it out, watch your cart. And it will go down. There's that many out there in the heat of the day. You wouldn't think you catch catfish in the middle of the day on a shallow flat in a lake like this, but you do. And they are little, and like I say, that's what I'm targeting. If I was wanting little blue cats, I'd go deep. I'd go 60 foot deep out to catch them. Right now, I'm targeting channel cats, and that's what we after. Little channel cats. They're so little they can't get the worm in the mouth. The problem is, the last couple I've caught have been almost too little to catch. We getting bites pretty regular. One on that one. See if I can catch him. It's so little he can't get the worm in his mouth. I have got big worms now. Probably better with smaller red worms. I have got big worms that I'm fishing with. But they're out there. It's just a matter of throwing it close to one. He'll take it if he gets close to it. I've got a good little mess, probably about enough. But I want to make a video right quick showing that you can catch these little cats in Lake Monticello on a flat, shallow flat, in the middle of the day. A while ago, they was really biting, and I got a phone call, messed my video up. I had a good video going, but then I got a phone call. When I get a phone call on my phone, it cuts the daggone video off every time. So, anyhow, we out here trying to catch the last couple little catfish for dinner on Lake Monticello. And glad to be back. Hopefully the next couple of days I can get back on some perch. I don't know what in the world happened to my perch. Bad day. I don't mind telling you. I never could. I made a video, but whether I posted, I don't know, because it's just wasn't very good. I got to look at it and scratch my head. I might post this little catfish video instead. If we can catch a couple more on it. They're slowing up now. Doggone. Can't even catch a catfish now, and I was eating them up earlier. But I'm going to give them a few more minutes and we're getting out of here. We done spent the day in here and ain't really caught a lot of fish. But we've caught a mess, and I shouldn't be complaining. When you leave a lake for a couple of days, as long as I've left this lake, you got to get back fine-tuned on them. Where they at to catch them. That joker's little, but let me tell you what, he's gonna be good eating. I will have him for dinner. I can taste him already. I can taste him already. Normally, you can't keep a cork out here. I just ain't got on them right. Normally, this is as fast as you throw it out, one takes it. I might have run them out when I went that shallow, over that shallow flat. They will spook just like any other fish. It's getting hot now, though. It's about 90 degrees. It's getting the kind of weather to catch these catfish. I'm really surprised I ain't catching them faster. Really surprised. The water looks like it's falling too. They ought to be eating it up. Ought to be eating it up. Perch probably back biting again out there. I left them a little early. I shouldn't have. I went back over to the catfish hole, messed around over there, caught a few. Try to make a video every time I'd catch a couple, put the camera on, then I didn't get any bites. So this video is tough when it gets hot now. It ain't like it is in the fall and winter and the spring. I can just about make a video anytime. But not today. Now I can't even get a little catfish to bite. I done got out too far. I know what I done. Caught them catfish in further. And run them out. But I want to show you how you can catch a few catfish. You got ready to go home. And hey, we got a cooler full of fish, and I probably got, I don't know, 20, 25 little catfish in there. So, hey, that's all I need. The Old Fisherman back with you off of vacation. You got to love it. We'll be back with you again later. Thank you.